from Hollywood, the motion picture capital of Los Angeles. It's the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards, with all your favorite stars, plus a few you've never heard of, as well as several they'd have to pay you to go see. And all of it coming to you live from the Raymond Chandler Pavilion, which was built especially for tonight's program and will be torn down immediately after it's over. So let's go now to Army Archer, who's presiding over the arrivals at the Pavilion.
Good evening, and welcome to Hollywood's biggest night. This is the night when we all want to know not just who is going to win, but more importantly, who is going to lose. Everyone who is anyone will be here. Let's see if we can spot some of the more fabulous celebrities as they make their way past the multitude of fans. There's our newlyweds, Maria Shriver, who's working on an NBC special about the violence in movies, and her husband, Arnold Schwarzenegger, star of Conan the Barbarian and The Terminator. Well, you never know in Hollywood. Anything can happen, and it usually does. And guess what? It's the cast of Not Necessarily the News. I wonder if I can get them to come over here and talk to us. Annie Bloom, would you come up and talk to us, please? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Annie.
Oh, hi, Army. Isn't this just fantabulous?
Is this your first time at the Golden Calf Awards?
Oh, no, actually, I grew up around here, and when I was a teenager, I worked as an usher. And then later, I was one of those people who sat in all the empty seats. But more recently, I've accompanied some various male actors who didn't have dates to the ceremonies.
You mean as a chaperone?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Well, good luck tonight, Annie.
Thank you.
And there's Danny Breen. Danny! How are you?
Good seeing you. I'm great.
Good. What's on your schedule?
Oh, I've got a lot going. I've got Police Academy 5, Superman 5, Rocky 6, Porky's 9, Psycho 4, Grease 3, and Platoon 2. And I have a line on that one.
Sounds like you'll be very busy.
Oh, yeah, I will. I better get going.
Well, good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, and there's Stuart Pankin. Hi there, Stu. Hi. This will be quite a night for you.
That's exciting. I'm tingling. But I wish they'd hold it on a different night. It's my bowling night, Army. And even though I'm up for Best Actor, Best Comedy Performance, Best Lifetime Achievement by an Actor, Best Actor in a Lifetime, Best Lifetime, Best Achievement, and Best, my heart is really out there in Pacoima. They're the greatest bunch of cakers I've ever known.
That's very, very touching, Stuart.
You're beautiful. Bye-bye, everybody.
Oh, there's Lucy Webb. Hi.
You know, this is so exciting. It really is fantastic seeing all of my favorite stars, especially the ones that I watched on TV growing up.
Oh, I'll bet. Just what were those shows way back then?
Oh, well, there was The Twilight Zone, on Dennis the Menace, Leave It to Beaver, and Father Knows Best.
That's very interesting, because I asked the same question of Brandon Tartikoff earlier. And here's what the head of NBC had to say.
Twilight Zone, Dennis the Menace, Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best.
Well, good luck.
That's interesting.
Yes, good luck, Lucy. Good luck, Lucy. Let's go to Bob Charles now.
This is Bob Charles here in the press gallery of the Golden Calf Awards. Shelley Winters, ladies and gentlemen. Shelley Winters has gone behind the hedges to represent her profession as an interviewer. Bruce Willis, he's rushing to get over to me. Bruce, he's rushing to get over here to be interviewed. Bruce Willis is rushing to be... Bruce Willis, ladies and gentlemen, a fine character actor in that show about night. Bob Newhart on the Love That Bob show. I love that show.
Thank you very much.
Every chance I can get.
Love That Bob.
Isn't this Bob? This is Bob Cummings? Bob Newhart.
Newhart, right.
I don't think Angela recognized me. It's one of the first times. Hugh Hefner, and the latest girlfriend, the Bunny of the Year, 1987. Hugh Hefner, ladies and gentlemen. B. Arthur, ladies and gentlemen. B. Arthur from going B. B. Arthur from going B. B. Arthur. B. Arthur. B. She's a very close personal associate of mine, and she'll be over later, I'm sure. Billy Crystal is here talking to one of the greatest comedians, and I'm always... Doria Princeton, one of the loveliest, most charming actresses I've ever met, and a close personal friend of mine.
Hi.
One of the new teen idols of our age. I was so much like him about 15, 20 years ago. He reminds me so much of myself. Kurt Cameron, ladies and gentlemen, of Growing Pains. And there's kind of a bimbo going behind him. There she goes. That's it. Good luck tonight. It's a beautiful dress. Did that cost? How much did that dress cost? How much, sir, how much did that tuxedo cost? James Garner, ladies and gentlemen, a great, great talent. Anybody famous? Open mic, famous people.
Time to go inside and join the festivities. From outside the Raymond Chandler Pavilion, this is Army Archer.
Tonight, not necessarily the news, Inside Entertainment is brought to you by Gillette. Face to face with the competition, Gillette wins by a whisker. And by Semi-Safe Spermicide. Semi-Safe for 50-50 protection.
In the time of the earliest days of Hollywood, it came to pass that the powers that be wished to find a way to honor themselves in such a manner as to outshine that of all others. They decided to make an award like no other award that had ever been seen before. This is our depiction of how that scene might have gone.
Hear me! Listen to me! Hear me, all of you! We will make an award of gold! A golden calf! Bring me your Oscars, your Emmys, your Grammys, your Aces! We'll melt them all down and build ourselves one huge golden calf! Now get to work!
And they gathered all their other awards and did as they were told. The metals were forged together into thin sheets, and they overlaid the image with pure gold. And the women tread grapes into new wine, and the people sang and danced and drank and played and debauched. For they had made them an award of gold. And they bore it upon their shoulders, and they rejoiced, saying, "This be our prize, O Hollywood." And the people cried, "The graven image hath brought us joy." And they worshipped the golden calf and sacrificed unto it.
Here is your sacrifice!
And now, here's Moses with the top 10 grossing films of the past year.
Number 10, The Living Daylights. Number 9, RoboCop. Number 8, Stakeout. Number 7, Dragnet. Number 6, Predator. Number 5, The Witches of Eastwick. Number 4, Lethal Weapon. Number 3, The Secret of My Success. Number 2, The Untouchables. And number 1, Beverly Hills Cop 2. And how about a hand for all these fine films?
The 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards will return after this.
Tired of coming home to boring TV dinners like this? Bland, colorless turkey and dressing. Well, now you have a choice. Ted Turner's tasty, tantalizing TV dinners. Here's one TV dinner that looks as good as it tastes. No boring dark and white meat here. With Turner's, your entree comes to life. Look appetizing? You bet. Ted Turner's all-new TV dinners. We have the look your food was meant to have. Bon appetit.
Coming up, bringing Catholics back into the church.
Hey, Vern,
Martin? Hey, good bud. You seen that new show down at the theater? The one they call Les Miserables? I hear it's a humdinger. Came all the way from England. That's in Europe, Mern. It's based on a book by a man named Hugo. You remember a Hugo used to sell fresh corn along Route 14? I don't think this is him. Anyway, it's got singing and dancing. And I bet they threw in a few jokes for good measure, you know what I mean? So I'll tell you what, why don't you mosey on down to the Broadway Theater at 53rd Street? That's in New York, Vern. And tell the man at the front door you want to see Les Miserables. Hey, Vern?
Les Miserables, evening performances Tuesday through Sunday. Special matinees Wednesday and Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, to explain the rules and procedures that went into determining who will receive a Golden Calf Award, here is the President, Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, and Vice President of the American Academy of Associated Awards, Mr. Don King.
Thank you. Thank you. In the words of Wordsworth, man doth not dwell in the house of gold, though he doth aspire to it. Those words mean as much tonight as they did when Wordsworth first said them. And now, what is the process that takes place? In order for these Golden Calf Awards to be so duly presented, first I review all the programs, the performances, the plays, and the pop music. All that is pertinent to the field of entertainment. Then I choose those performers and performances to which I am particularly partial. And those become the nominees for the Golden Calf Awards. Then tonight, just before this extravaganza began, I picked the winners of the Golden Calf Awards, and I placed the name in these envelopes, where they have been safe and secure until now. When I hand them over to your master of ceremonies, the maestro of mirth, the Mahatma of merriment, the multi-talented major domo of marvels, the magnificent Marquis of Macedonia, the Maharaja.
This just in, Senate Majority Leader Robert Byrd has just threatened to eat paper if the Senate doesn't hire a new catering service. Byrd is speaking on the Senate floor right now, so let's switch to C-SPAN for live coverage.
I'll eat this War Powers Act right here in front of everybody, in front of the television camera. I'll eat it.
We'll rejoin C-SPAN if Senator Byrd decides to eat the Graham-Rudman Act. Now this.
Oh, Jim, you really turned me on.
Hey, baby, don't get hooked on me. I travel alone.
Cut! Print! Break tape!
I have a head this big.
Oh, no need to suffer, Tim. Soothe that painfully enlarged ego with Egotrin.
Oh, I don't know. I've had an exaggerated opinion of myself for quite some time now. Can it really help?
Well, it's used by professionals with some of the biggest egos in the business. Before their separation, Brigitte Nielsen used it to help Stallone when he started smoking a pipe in public. Bruce Willis takes it every day, and Philip Michael Thomas owns stock in the company. So, when it's time to relax your ego a little, try
Ego Trim.
It's a great ego massager. Coming up, more attacks by killer Yorkies.
Ladies and gentlemen, each year, Hollywood produces hundreds of films and thousands of scripts. Some are completely original, but the vast majority of these are what we in the business like to call derivative.
And it is to honor those who labor long and hard reworking stale ideas that we present the Golden Calf Award for the most unoriginal idea for a motion picture.
And the nominees are Dragnet, based upon the television series of the same name.
The Untouchables, also based on a TV series.
Inner Space, based upon Fantastic Voyage.
Predator, based upon Alien.
Jaws: The Revenge, based upon 3 previous Jaws films.
Superman 4, also based upon 3 previous Superman movies.
The Living Daylights, based upon 14 previous Bond pictures.
Revenge of the Nerds 2, based upon Revenge of the Nerds.
Beverly Hills Cop 2, based upon Beverly Hills Cop.
And the winner is, it's very exciting, The Living Daylights producer, Cubby Broccoli! Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, bonds. They come, bonds go. They're only actors, after all. Not very good ones. And the beautiful Bond women and those stunts and those gadgets. Come on, let's face it, they're dime a dozen. And even Ian, what's his name, the author? He's gone. He's replaced. He's forgotten. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's left, my little darlings? The Bond formula is so simple and worth billions, and it's mine. It's all mine. So thanks, God. And hey, I owe you one.
Space, like the final frontier, man. These are the voyages of the hip Starship Enterprise.
Star Trek, The Beat Generation, is brought to you by Dolphin of the Sea, the intelligent lunchtime snack.
Space! I puke into your darkened void. Rivers of matter pour out into the emptiness. Madness spills into your putrid infinity. Black. Cold. Where is the light? Where is the light?
Captain, permission to beam Lawrence Ferlinghetti aboard.
Permission like granted. Where are we headed, man?
To like the planet Bungo.
Bongo? Where's that?
Way out there, man.
Be less specific. That's better.
Where is my coffee at?
Right in front of you.
I know, but where is it at conceptually?
Yeah.
Hey, Pops, how about some music on the ship's hi-fi? I could dig that. But, no Mel Torme. Why no Mel Torme?
The cat owes me some bread.
Star Trek, The Beat Generation, will return after these messages.
New from the makers of Cookie Crisp, Count Chocula, and ice cream cones comes...
Sugar. Just pour it right from the box into his bowl. Why bother with messy cereal? Sugar. What a great way to start his day.
I'm standing in front of the world-famous motion picture and television retirement home in Woodland Hills, California. It's here where the famous and the not-so-famous actors and directors come to enjoy their golden years.
Sure, we were pioneers. But back then, it was mostly a job. Back when jobs were hard to come by. Right, Frank? When you're a hit, everybody wants you. It's here, Woofy, and nice Woofy. But by then you're typecast.
Oh, well, but nevertheless, you two have worked with some of the true greats.
Oh, yes. Turin Bay. Zazu Pitts. Oh, yeah, Hawkman Ramses.
Oh, Ramses. Now, he was the mummy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, whatever happened to the mummy?
He's dead. The mummy's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
He was the oldest guy in here, and it was over a week before anybody knew he was dead.
Oh! Well,
Let's change the subject, shall we? What do you two think of today's new crop of horror movies? Films like Nightmare on Elm Street.
What we did was art, you know? We only suggested what was horrible. The rest was in your imagination. But what you get today is disgusting. And there's the difference.
That's going to have to be all for today. Frankie's getting upset. He has high blood pressure.
That's quite all right. We understand.
Shoddy workmanship.
We've been talking to the Wolfman and Frankenstein. Legends, indeed.
He's approaching the 15th green now. He needs a birdie. He wants to be careful on this one. He won't be rushed.
It's a sport beloved by millions, and yet no matter who's playing, no matter how good they are, no matter how much money is riding on it, golf is just plain boring. That's why this year, in an attempt to liven up the sport for the viewing audience, the PGA Governing Board, in cooperation with the CBS television network, has decided to add one new element to the game. Tackling.
Coming up, another busy week on Wall Street.
The lukewarm critical response to Dolly Parton's new variety series has everyone involved pointing fingers. Our news crew caught up with her the other day.
Why did you ever agree with ABC to do this variety series?
They were willing to talk for a large amount of money. Well, who do you blame? The producer? The directors? Yourself? I know that I am innocent. You mean? And I feel like I'm the one that's suffering for a whole lot of things that I'm totally innocent of.
Well, I heard that you originally didn't want to do the show. Why not?
I didn't want the public embarrassment of it, and I could have found better things for myself. Is there a lesson to be learned here? God must have had something for all of us to learn from this. About variety television? And I have said from the start, it's in God's hands. So I think we're all in God's hands, so let him work it out. And I'm going to lunch now.
Thank you, Dolly.
Thank you, Miss Parton.
A spokesperson for God says he has nothing to do with the Dolly Show. Now this.
Then I choose those performers to which I am particularly partial. And those become the nominees.
Really? Well, you know, you really are a good golfer. I mean, that's why he said it.
Look, Betty, Ted's dead. And the TV's still on.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, I guess we'll have to turn it off.
Is this the way you want to be remembered by your family? The first thing they notice when they discover your body is that you've left the TV set on? Of course not. And that's why the same thoughtful folks that made the sleep button a standard feature on today's TV sets are introducing the death button. With the new Death Ready QL2000, all you need to do is press the death button, sit back, and view. And if eternity comes knocking, your set will shut off automatically, day or night.
The QL2000. Leave eternity to us. It's time once again for What Are They Doing Now? With NNTN correspondent Frosty Kimmelman.
The year was 1959 when Dennis the Menace hit the airwaves with young and precocious Jay North in the title role. 4 years later, Dennis the Menace stopped production, only to be seen since in reruns. And what about Jay North? What is he doing now? We caught up with Jay North, now 36 years old, walking Hollywood Boulevard in the city that made him famous. We talked with Jay in an exclusive, heartfelt one-on-one interview about the joys of being a child star and growing up in Hollywood.
Mr. North, I bet you carry with you a lot of fond memories.
They wouldn't hire me after Dennis. I've been burned once too often. Now it's their turn.
Mr. North! Mr. North!
Still mischievous as ever, Jay North does feel a little bitter towards the Hollywood system that forgot about him. After becoming disillusioned with show business, Jay is setting his sights on new goals.
Die, Hollywood pig!
Jay North, one of the premier child stars of Hollywood, still fighting to stay on top. In Hollywood, this is Frosty Kimmelman.
Earlier today, we presented the award for the best sports program. The award went to the Saturday morning children's show, Talking Baseball. Here's a clip.
Hi, kids. I'm a Major League Baseball. A lot of people have been saying funny things about me this year. They've been saying that I'm livelier and that I bounce higher. They think it's my fault that all those home runs are being hit. But it's not true. I'm made the same way that I was always made. Nothing's changed. Why should I? I like the way I was. I mean, I'm still wrapped up in horsehide. I've still got a cushion court center. Oh, okay, I'm livelier. I admit it. Okay.
Many people are wondering what Senator Joe Biden will do now that he's dropped out of the presidential race. Well, Biden, who was caught borrowing from other politicians' speeches, is now set to follow his lifelong dream of acting. His appearances this year will include his one-man show, Joe Biden's Search for Signs of Intelligent Life in the Universe, Joe Biden as Hal Holbrook as Mark Twain, and Joe Biden's World According to Jackie Mason and Me. And the latest book by feminist Shara Hite reveals that when surveyed confidentially, most married women are unsatisfied with their husbands as sexual partners. But there's a problem with Hite's statistics, since it's been revealed that she received only one response to her questionnaire, and it came from a woman in England. The woman seen here has not been identified. And following Robert Bork's rejection by the American people, President Reagan decided he couldn't care less.
I'll try to find one that they'll object to just as much as they did to this.
Well, he didn't nominate Sirhan, but he did come up with a Lulu. Douglas Ginsburg, an arch-conservative with few written opinions and one notable achievement. In 1966, he helped found a nationwide computer dating service called Operation Match. Obviously, Ed Meese and Howard Baker never availed themselves of that service. In any case, the president is very happy with Ginsburg, who had this to say.
I want to say that I'm looking forward to the confirmation process.
Sure he is.
We now rejoin the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards.
Gee, this is terrific. I can't believe it. I never expected to win. Really, it's a pleasure to be here in front of all of you, my peers, my friends, my co-workers. To win an award like this, it means so much to me. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank my director, Mr. Manuel Samaniego, who brought new meaning to the word sophistication for me. I want to thank my wife, Noni, who in 10 years has never said no. The writers, the word, people. Without the word, we are nothing. I'd like to thank Mr. Fred Burkle, whose life we brought to screen in this in Hey Cheese Man. Without him, of course, we wouldn't be here tonight. I'd like to thank all the little people.
This portion of the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards is brought to you by the National Organization of Men, fighting for an even bigger piece of the pie. And by Acronym, the American Congress of Randomness, out to numb your mind.
That I realized that this was a special project, that maybe we were reaching out beyond the people who were just going to see this film, but...
Hello, everybody. I'm Casey Kasem, and what a thrill to have a special guest with us tonight. She exploded out of a working-class background in Michigan to the top of the MTV charts. And now, she's the queen of the silver screen. Madonna Louise Ciccone is her real name, but we all know her best simply as Madonna. Madonna, what's it like going from making music videos to making full-length motion pictures?
To me, film is just the ultimate. You know, that's the embodiment of it all. You can do all that. Only it's captured forever on celluloid.
You know, I've always wanted to be in movies, but it looks like it's really hard work, isn't it?
When you make a movie, you really have to rely on your concentration because there's people standing all around you with cameras and lights and all sorts of electrical equipment, and it couldn't be further away from being like the real thing, and you have to ignore everything around you. Everything's shot out of sequence, so you really have to just pretend you're somewhere else and try to concentrate and, you know, and remember how you got to where you are right now, because a lot of times you shoot stuff that's happened in the actual movie before you've done the stuff that happens to get you where you are right now.
Well, that's fine, but...
For instance, you shoot the end of the movie, and so you have to work up the emotions for that scene, but you haven't even shot all the stuff before that, so it's very confusing, and it's a lot more of a challenge to me. Also, it's new to me, so...
Now, you grew up in Michigan.
I grew up in Michigan, a lot of different places. I was born in Bay City, lived in Detroit for a while, lived in Pontiac for a while, then moved to the suburbs when I was in high school.
And then you moved to New York. Why? What drew you to the Big Apple?
I don't know. When I was 5 years old, I just woke up one day and I had this idea that I was going to come to New York.
Now, Madonna, you're married to actor Sean Penn. I bet everybody in the world is curious about that. What can you tell us about him?
I thought he'd be a great person for me to work with.
No, I wasn't asking why you married him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Madonna, you're idolized all over the world. What do you have to say to the millions of kids who buy your records and to the thousands of kids who actually go to see your movies? What are you trying to express?
A feeling. I'm trying to express a certain, my way of life, the way that I look at life, the way I see things.
And how do you see things? What is the Madonna philosophy?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Now, what about these young girls who are always trying to imitate you and dress up like you, these Madonna wannabes?
I think they're jealous and envious of me.
As well they should be. Well, you're a delightful young woman, and it's been a distinct pleasure to be with someone who's such a great role model, someone for all the kids in the world to look up to. Can we do this again?
Sure. Yeah.
Terrific.
It's time for me to go now. I have to go to my lawyer's office. Bye.
Thank you, Madonna. And now, I'm Casey Kasem saying keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for cigars.
If you liked The Disorderlies and you loved Revenge of the Nerds Part 2 and the Garbage Pail Kids, then you'll like practically anything. And the Motion Picture Academy thanks you.
And now, let's take a look at some of the top stories making news at this hour.
In the world of music, it was reported today that for the first time in history, a heavy metal band has released a song that is not offensive to women. Meanwhile, after all that's happened on the stock market lately, one question keeps cropping up. What's wrong with the economy?
There is nothing wrong with the economy.
Oh, so. Well, there you have it. There's nothing wrong. Very good.
And in the courts, porno film producer Sid Pressman vowed today to take his fight for the right to make pornographic films under the First Amendment all the way to the Supreme Court.
Pressman first gained notoriety when he released his first pornographic film entitled Backside to the Future. This was followed in rapid succession by Hannah Does Her Sisters and 9 to 5 Inches.
He was arrested and slapped with obscenity charges over his later films, Eat Me in St. Louis, In and Out in Beverly Hills, and the musical Come-A-Lot. We'll keep you up to date on this landmark legal battle.
And on how work is progressing on Pressman's latest opus, Journey to the Center of... I'm not saying that. Good night. Bob.
Let me see it. Good night. Let me see it.
They were driven together by the winds of fate. Their love knew no bounds. With a backdrop of one of history's greatest moments, they loved and lived and loved some more. It was a time of passion, a time we'll not soon forget. It was a time of mini-series, inflated movies of the week, adapted from best-selling lowbrow novels, and then split into 4, 5, even 10-part dramas. They littered the landscape with dumb stories, bad writing, and acting like this. It was a time of greed, and it may not pass this way again.
Don't forget, later tonight, it's 30-something right after Who's This, which is followed by What's This, all on AB something.
And now it's time for the big one, the award you've all been waiting for. For Best Achievement by an actor or actress in a non-supporting role in a work adapted from another medium in a category other than the one in which that actor or actress has been nominated, the nominees are Sandra Blaine, Blanche Farr, Clark Swalen, Reg Monet, and Loretta Pincus. And the winner is... This is amazing. It's a tie. It's a 5-way tie.
Thank you very much. This is quite an honor.
I'd like to thank the Academy and, never mind.
Thanks.
The 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards will continue in a moment.
They were drafted out of high schools and off the city streets, from the farms, the factories, the ghettos. Now they were pawns in a game where they didn't know the rules.
Take cover!
Led into a hopeless quagmire by misguided politicians and then abandoned. Ignored and reviled by an unsympathetic public back home. This is their story. The first war movie ever completed before the war got started. Good Morning, Nicaragua. Why wait 20 years?
I made love to her mother the week she was ovulating.
Well, so did I, twice.
I really think it's wise to be talking like that in front of a child.
Well, who started it?
Hi, is this where Nicole lives?
I'm Nicole.
Hi. I made love to your mother a number of years ago, and I was thinking that I just might be your father.
Is Nicole here?
I'm Nicole.
Then say hi, Dad.
Nicole, hello. I'm Otto, an old boyfriend of your mama.
if you see what I mean.
I'm looking for my daughter.
Nicole, darling.
My 10 dads. It's an illegitimate gift.
Nicole, your mother was a tramp. Absolutely.
I love you. Look, up in the sky!
It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman 4 coming to cassette sooner than expected.
And now it's time for sniglets. Remember, a sniglet is a mellifluous mono or multi-syllabic neologism that should be in the dictionary but isn't. Tonight, entertainment sniglets.
The Lovers, scene 20, take 1. Mark?
The high-powered mouthwash used by movie actors for long, intimate love scenes is called CinemaScope. The kernels that leap over the side of the counter when popcorn is being purchased are pop troopers. Putting a purse or jacket on the seat next to you in the movie theater to discourage anyone from trying to sit next to you is called nextophobia. The person at the movie theater whose only apparent function is to tear your ticket, leaving you with only half of what you once had, is a terrace.
Things that you would say at a wedding.
I now pronounce you man.
Oh, come on.
The depression resulting from knowing all the answers to a game show while confined to your living room is known as, come on down.
I could win $10,000.
The buildup of dust on a record needle is called fazo. The condition of having consumed all of one's snack buy items before the movie even starts is dud out. And finally, when a famous boxing promoter and raconteur uses words and phrases not found in any dictionary, he is said to be speaking in King's English. If you have a sniglet, and who doesn't, send it to P.O. Box 2350, Hollywood, California, 90078. And don't forget the latest in literary tone. That chock full of sniglets called Angry Young Sniglets. On sale now at your booksellers of distinction. I am the great Don King, and I have spoken.
Really turn.
Here you go.
Now, from the makers of Hollywood Wives and the makers of Clan Wives comes Hollywood Clan Wives. As soon as they can churn it out.
It's time once again for a visit with the Nielsen family. Ozzie, Harriet, Dave, and the irrepressible Ricky. Here they are now, the Nielsens.
I made some brownies, boys.
Thanks, Mom.
Say, how we doing, dear?
22,010. Just a second, Harriet. I'm almost done.
I'm sure glad we signed up to be a Nielsen family. Look at all the money we've made.
There. $28,942. Not bad. Not bad.
And that's just from the NBC shows?
No, I added the ABC to this total. But we haven't heard from CBS yet.
Or Fox.
Right. Fox is desperate for ratings.
Who sings the most, dear?
Oh, let's take it. Oh, Cosby.
Again?
That's right, Dave.
I bet we get a lot from Dan Rather this month. He's really marred in third place.
CBS is cut way back. I'd be surprised if we got more than a C-note from those skinflints.
Hey, Pop, what are we going to do this month?
What do you mean, Rick?
Do we have to watch any of these shows?
Yeah, Pop. We don't actually have to watch this junk, do we?
No, boys. Of course not. You don't have to watch TV. Nobody has to watch anything. We just fill out our time charts based on who sends us the most money and leave it at that.
Now finish your reading, boys, or you can't have any more brownies. Say, dear, what should we do with the money?
Oh, gee. I was thinking of a nice fishing trip up to the lake with Thorny and the boys.
How about buying us some more books, Pop?
Yeah, Pop. How about some more Dickens or Melville?
Well, maybe.
But first, finish Tolstoy or
no more brownies.
That's right.
Be with us next time when Ozzie gets a money order made out to cash in the amount of $10,000 from Aaron Spelling on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet Nielsen.
Special guest appearances by Mitchell Lawrence, Arnie Archer, Don King, Jay North, and Harry Shearer.
And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden Calf Awards. And now for the final award presentation. Here's a clip from the last nominee for Best Award Show, the 97th Annual Golden